Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to create the project recipe for summer break. It's the new summer collection that just came out. It's super cheerful and bright and just reminds you of a lazy summer day and super fun. So I hope that you're going to like this layout. It really goes together easily and surprises you at the end at how well it looks all together. So let's check out my workspace and we'll get started. All right, so this is the summer break project recipe, and this is my workspace for today. I have my permanent and repositionable adhesive, which we're going to put to good use today. I'm just going to move those over there for the time being. We'll get to them eventually, but first we have some things to punch and cut. We are going to use our border maker system and the new, I always have to look because for some reason this one doesn't stay with me, the Thirst Quencher border maker cartridge, which is super cute with its little pitcher and frothy ball jar and everything. It looks so refreshing and fun for summer. Then we've got these great embellishments, and this is probably my favorite in the whole bunch. This cute little lemonade stand, which I think we're going to use today. I think that's going to be super fun to use on our layout. So I'm just going to set these embellishments to the side. We will get to them eventually. And then the papers that I've chosen to use for today are these three out of the summer break collection. This is the one, this one blue says Good Times all over the front and has a kind of an ombre on the back. This one would be a fun base page for like a park or picnic or something. Really cute. Then I've got the ombre orangey red and yellow with the watermelons on the back, which we're going to use. And then this one with a bunch of limes and the green, blues, and kind of a yellow green bars on the back. Okay, so these are the three papers we're going to use. We're going to put this onto two white cardstock base sheets, or that's what they recommend in the instructions here. So and I'm just realizing that I forgot to grab those before I started recording. So let me grab those real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so here we have our base sheets. I don't usually work on a white base, so that's a little bit different for me, but this one turns out really cute with a white base. So we're going to go with it. Let's see. So you can see they've got a lot of bright colors on here and cute kites, and so this whole collection actually has some really nice embellishments. You can see they use the kite embellishments on this page, and it's just darling, I think. But usually our CM advisors, who are CM contributing advisors, knock it out of the park when they design these for us, so that's to be expected. You are going to need all three designer sheets for this, and there is a little bit of flopping things over, but for the most part we're going to use all three pieces. So let's go ahead and start cutting these out, and I will walk you through it. Okay, so here is my trimmer, and we'll put the cutting guide right up here. We're going to use Good Times as the designer paper number 1, and I want it to be able to be read, and it is directional, so I'm going to keep it so that I can read it and cut two pieces that are at 5 by 12. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to the 5 marker and cut that down. So there's one, and then we'll cut a second one. Glare today is bugging my eyes. All right, there we go. There's number 2. So there's our 2 5 by 12s. This piece becomes extra, so I'm going to set that over there. Then the next piece we're going to cut is this ombre colored one with the oranges and the yellows, and it's going to represent the green up here. And I'm going to first cut from the left, which is not what I normally do, but because of the way they've designed this, we need 2 1/2-inch pieces that are 12 inches long, and then we need 2 that are 11 by 6. So I'm going to cut those 2 1/2-inch pieces off the right hand side of this paper first, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. So we're going to go with half and then half, measuring using the right side of my trimmer to the right of the cutting guide. So there's my 2 1/2-inch pieces. Then I'm going to take this piece and turn it so that it is going, so the stripes are going horizontally, and I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. Now I have a little sticker up here at the top that tells me where my 6-inch mark is, because our trimmer doesn't go out to 6 inches, and I cut 6 inches all the time, so I went ahead and added that. If you want to add that, if you haven't already, I recommend it highly. It's just a flimsy piece of plastic that I adhered using my permanent adhesive, and it comes off every now and then if I catch it on something, but it's been a great tool for me, so I highly recommend it. Alright, so now what we need to decide is which direction we want these lines to go. Do we want the dashes to go horizontally, or do we want the dashes to go vertically in our piece? The pieces we're going to be cutting are 2 by 12. They're these 2 right here, and they are vertical on our layout. So we either need them to be vertical and have the dashes going vertically, or we need them to be vertical and have the dashes going horizontally. Trying to decide how I would want to do that, and I don't really think it makes too big of a difference. The back side being the limes, they're in a higgledy-piggledy pattern, so it really doesn't matter. I think I'm going to go maybe more with it this way, just so that maybe they'll resemble like bricks or something. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter to me, so I'm not going to stress about it. Okay, so we're going to do a 2-inch cut. We're going to do another 2-inch cut, 2 by 12. All right, and then we are going to cut 2 mats that are 4 by 6. So we're going to slide it on over here and to the 4-inch mark, and go ahead and cut. And then turn this one horizontally to cut it at 6 inches. I cut it in half so that we have 2 mats, okay? And I'm going to just set those up here in the front so that they are kind of a little out of the way. Now this remaining piece here we're going to punch, so I'm going to put my trimmer over to the side, grab my border maker system with that cute Thirst Quencher border maker cartridge, and we are going to punch some cute borders out of this. And I'm flipping it over because this is actually the side that I'm going to, that I intend to display using this. So we're going to just run this all the way along and punch. We're going to punch and slide. Punch and slide. I have found through experience of doing the other layout that I did using this project recipe, you want whichever paper you use that you're going to punch with, so this designer paper number 3, whichever paper that is, one side of it needs to be tone on tone. It will help you so much if it's tone on tone. If it's not, then it gets a little bit overwhelming. There's just a lot of color and not a lot of, it makes it hard to see the punched design, in my opinion. You may disagree, but in my opinion, I think it's just easier if you use something that's tone on tone. So, easier, looks nicer, it's all kind of the same story, right? Okay. Lots of little dots with this one. So if you like to save your punch out materials to use in shaker cards or something like that, this one is a good one for that. You'll get plenty of cute little dots for your shaker cards. And then this rest of this piece is extra, so I'm just going to set that over to the side. All right, now one additional thing I'm going to do that is not part of the original project recipe, and this is a little bit of a ramp up to intermediate or maybe even experienced level, is I'm going to fill the pitcher and the frothy mug with some cardstock. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use the Festive Ornament Punch, which is a build your own ornament punch that we have. I think it's still available even, so if you look online you might be able to still find it. And I'm just going to come in through here. I'm going to start at this end. I'm going to punch out a bunch of these, just the oval piece from this punch. And it's going to be a little messy here for a second because I need quite a few of them. And it's hard to punch this oval without punching a bunch of extra little tiny things. You can see the little notches that it's punching out, which are the beginning of other pieces of this punch. You can probably, I can hear you talking if you're out there and you're familiar with your oval CCS, your custom cutting system. I think there's an oval that you could use. The tiniest little oval might work for this as well. So if you have the oval CCS patterns, try those as well. And I bet you can find a size that will work. I haven't looked at that, so I can't really say for sure, but I can look at it and put a note in the description before this video posts if you like. Okay, so I was just gonna do one more, and then it kind of got crazy on me. Okay, let's see if that's enough of those. I just need the oval. I don't need the extra stuff. So I'm just going to try to separate out the pieces that I need from the pieces that I don't need. Okay, so we can clean up this area a bit. Okay, now I'm going to come in through here. Whoop. Clearly I didn't get all the little pieces. I'm going to use my repositionable adhesive and going to go ahead and put repositionable adhesive on each one of the pictures, and I'm just doing the pictures for right now. So and I am just running my adhesive from the top of the picture to the bottom. We're not going to be placing this that high, but we are going to just place these on there to cover the opening. We are going to go back and trim it. So it's a little tedious in that, from that point of view, but I think the overall effect in the end is worth the tedium of trimming, taking a minute or two to trim. Okay. there's that one, and I'll flip this over so you can see. So now we just need to trim off the bottom little bit there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, and then we're going to fill, actually before I do that, so that we can just speed through all the rest, let me jump back over here to my trimmer. I need a piece of cardstock that's going to be 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to trim off a big long piece like that, and then we're going to come in here and cut. I don't know, I don't think we need more than about a 1/2 inch for that either. Ooh, actually a 1/2 inch wide might be too wide. It's too wide. Okay, so let's do 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch is the very first mark on the ruler at the top and the bottom. It's not the first mark on the grid. It's the first mark on the ruler. Let's see if I can keep this from moving without having to glue it down. Yeah, it didn't work so well. Let's see if that will work. That's better. Let's see if this end's too wide. Actually, I think that might be okay. Alright, so it's a little crooked, but it'll work. I probably should have just put some adhesive on the back to keep that from scooting around on me. Alright, so I'm going to grab my scissors and we're going to cut. Let's measure. I didn't do so hot on the measuring last time, so I'm going to do a 1/2 inch on this one and see. See if that's too much. And this is for the mug. This is to put our it should be okay. Just trying to make sure it's not moving into or going beyond the punch, and it's not, so that's good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just put these on, and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, so now I'm going to come back in here with my precision point scissors, and I'm just going to trim off the bottom of the picture so that you can't see that little bit that's sticking out. This is the tedious part. Well, I suppose all of it you could say all of it's tedious. I was participating in a virtual event not too long ago, and Sachi Omitsu, who is one of our well-known advisors, was participating in it, and she reminded everyone that her favorite word where scrapbooking is concerned is tedious. And I thought, that's perfect, you know, because it really is tedious sometimes. Like this particular piece is sticking out where I don't want it to be. Let's see if I can move it. Then I don't have to trim it. That's pretty good. All right, so that one's done. Let's do this one real quick. Really doesn't take a lot of time. It's just tedious. All right. Now then, I'm also going to come back here because this particular one, I noticed my adhesive was sticking to my mat when I put it down, and what that translates to is that the little yellow pieces that I adhered picked up the adhesive off of my mat. So using a silicone mat can alleviate some of that if you have a silicone mat. I really should have gotten mine out, but I didn't. All right, let's go ahead and get this assembled, shall we? Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to bring back in my white base sheet. So I'm going to stick that up there so you can see it a little better. Just tidying up a bit. Stick those up there so that we can get to them a little easier. I punched way too many of the inner pieces, just so you know. I had probably at least 8 to 10 of them left over. So I'm just going to do one page at a time. I think that's going to be a little bit easier. So I'm going to take one of these and one of these, one of these, and one of these, and this we will use on the next one, on the other side. All right, we're going to use our permanent adhesive, and I'm just going to go through here like I normally do, and I put about 5 bits of adhesive, about 1/2 inch in each area, 5 places. I put it, ooh, don't put it upside down, Kim. I put it in each of the corners, one in the middle, and one in between each of them. And then I have it in 5 spots. So we're going to adhere that right to the edge of our white cardstock. Then we're going to take this piece, which is our 1/2 inch piece, and it's really meant to be flipped over to use the back, but I am going to use the yellow side because I think it's going to look better than having those partial watermelons. So that's my own preference. You can do yours however you like, but just know that the project recipe actually says to flip this piece and use the back side. Okay, so I'm leaving that on the yellow side. Then this piece right here is going to go down, and so we're going to add some adhesive to this one. This one's going to go down right on top, not on top, but right next to a butting. Is that what that means? Right edge to edge with our yellow strip. Okay, then we're going to come back in with this, with our ombre sheet. and I'm going to do this way. We're going to put this in about, I would say, a generous inch from the bottom. It's actually probably going to be a little more than an inch. I'm doing mine 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches from the base edge. Okay, so that's going to go all the way across like that. Then we're going to take our mat, and you can decide which way you want it to go, but since we used this on our strip here, I'm going to flip this, and I believe that's what the project recipe says to do, to flip it and use the reverse. And this just kind of goes up here about 1/4 inch from the sides and the bottom, 1/4 inch border. You have a little more at the top, more like 1/2 inch at the top, but 1/4 here on either side and 1/4 on the bottom. And then we take our cute little lemonade mugs, add a little bit more adhesive to the back. Using my repositionable adhesive because I still have a lot of holes in this. And then I'm placing mine so that the handles on the handle on the pitcher, the base of that is right at the base of the paper that I'm using. If that helps you to know where that goes. It does overlap this piece just a smidge, but not a whole lot, just a little bit. Okay, so this green down here and the green here carries this green down, and it's that really helps. Okay, let's do the right hand side of the layout. It's so fun when you choose papers from a collection and the papers are designed to all go together, but sometimes you look at them and think to yourself, I just don't know if I'm going to really like how that comes together. And then I'm always pleasantly surprised at how things look when they're finished. I don't know how they do that, but they must know what they're doing when they design these collections so that everything works. It's one of the reasons why I use almost exclusively Creative Memories products, because I feel like they put a lot of thought and care into their collections, and they all work together, so I don't have to think about it, to be quite honest. So it makes it easy peasy for me. Okay, so we just have this subway tile looking paper added. Now we're going to do our ombre paper. Anytime I have a long piece like this, I tend to adhere it in 5 spots. I don't know why, I just do, and it's not it's not anything anyone told me to do, it's just what I just do. Okay, I'm going to put my edges of my papers together. That way I can just ensure that this piece is going down at the same place that the one on the neighboring page is adhered. That helps so much because then everything lines up just perfectly and looks right in your album when you open it, because it all matches. All your edges are matching, which is lovely. Okay, so let me scoot that up just a little. We're going to add some more adhesive to our border to ensure that it sticks. And then we're going to put this down. Okay, like that. This green paper seems like it's just a little longer than my cardstock, so it's kind of sticking out just a bit. All right, so then we're going to do this mat right here. And that will go here. Okay. Now, you can see it looks so much better when you add the second page. The first page looks a little bit like, whew, I don't know if I would have put those pages together, right? But then when you add the second page, somehow it just sort of gels. It's kind of cool that way. All right, so now we need some embellishments. And so I'm going to pull in our stickers and our embellishments, our cute little lemonade stand. I think it's going to go right there. I pulled some out, so there's just a ton of embellishments that come with this particular collection, and they are all super cute. But I did pull out just a few, just because I wasn't sure what I was going to want to use. I think we're going to go with the lemonade and kind of keep that theme going. We've got the lemonade down here. We've got lemonade up here. We're going to use my hands are still so cold. I'm here in my basement, and of course it's not summertime yet, but it's getting there. And I'm looking at all this summertime stuff, but my hands are so cold. Anyway, let's see. I think we should use these cute little chairs. I think they're just darling. So we're going to use these cute little chairs and kind of offset them a little bit together. All right, and what did I do with my foam squares? Here they are. I cleaned up, and you know what happens when you clean up, right? You can't find anything. Okay, so we're just going to pop this up real quick. Haley brought me a snack. That's so nice of her. Thank you, Hay. All right. These guys are going to go kind of up here. We're going to have some room for some journaling right there. And I need something to go with my chairs. I could use this mug over here of lemonade. We could use, oh, we could use that. Yeah. Could use that. Could use this to go kind of behind the chairs. Let's see. Good times. What if we do like that? We'll just make like a little scene up here in the corner with our swing and our chairs. And we'll put these guys over here. Maybe more like this. We're going to use Good Times, I think, because it's just fun. Okay, I'm going to add some repositionable adhesive to that upper corner and adhere this together with these stickers. And then I think we'll come back in here with a foam square and kind of stick them all together so they're reinforced a bit. Need these smaller ones to keep those stickers from sticking down. And let's put another one of these off here to the side. We need something else for that upper corner up there.
You could put a butterfly in the corner.
We could put a butterfly in the corner. Maybe we'll do that just to carry some of the color up there. Okay, so I'm going to just peel the backing off of these lower two post-it or foam squares. I'm not peeling the backing off of these upper ones because I don't know if I might need to, and I will likely need to slide a photo underneath there. So if I just leave the backing on there, then I should be able to slide my photo back behind, and that will work beautifully right there. So then we'll put these guys up here. I don't know if I like the way those are situated. I feel like they need a little more one-on-one. Maybe something more like that. And then I've got this butterfly, which might be a little big. Or we've got butterflies and dragonflies down here, which we could easily add. So we'll add just a couple of those kind of buzzing around. Just to kind of pull a little bit of the colors that are in this up there. Then we need to adhere our lemonade stand, which will go super easy with just a couple of foam squares on it like this. Now the thing about this is I'm adding this lemonade stand, and it's likely going to be right in the same spot as these chairs, which means that it's going to make my album a little bit thicker than I may want it. But no, I think we'll be okay. These foam squares will probably go right into the center part where I don't have foam squares on this. Hopefully that'll be the case. Then my album will close a little bit more nicely. I always worry when I double them up that there's, when I put them in the same spot on both sides, that maybe that's not going to be as good an idea as I thought. All right. So there's our lemonade. And let's see, what else could we add up there? We could just say my main squeeze and add this on right here. Is that too much yellow? Maybe we need another color up there. Might be too much yellow. So we could say summer break. That would definitely bring some color up there. I kind of like that. It's got that little bit of touch of red, which you've got a little touch of red down here, and it's got all those other colors. Winter, winter, chicken dinner. Alright, since this is a sticker, I don't really have to add adhesive. I just added a foam square to keep it at the same level as my lemonade stand, so that it's doesn't pull my lemonade stand down to the page. Alright, I think we are done with that, but I wanted to show you before you go another version of this that I did recently, because it turned out super cute, I think, and I think you'll like it. Okay, so here's the one we did today. Sorry, my fingers are not working. This is the one I did recently, and it turned out super cute with the sun paper and the water and the pool. We can put lots of backyard pool action on this page and it will be super cute, I think. Anyway, just another option for you with this cute summer collection, summer break collection. I think you're going to love working with this. The colors are bright and cheerful, just like we would expect and want for our summer photos. And whether you're playing in the backyard to cool off or you're going to the beach or someplace, this is going to be a fun collection for you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that this has been helpful and that you've enjoyed seeing this put together. And I hope it has given you some fun ideas of ways you can use this collection in your own albums. And until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments. Make it a great day.